right, we'll recognize our media here today. Thank you for coming. So I don't think we don't have any other visitors. Hal, you've got the monthly and year-to-date stats and balances.
Correct.
We've got the deeds to be signed. They're already signed. So,
Yeah, I forget the total I handed it to you. 25 total for the 2 months.
okay. Unfinished business.
You ready for me? Before that starts, Laskus had sent us off a little email that, I guess I knew some of you. You guys are combining?
Yeah, we do a little bit of story sharing.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So they have chosen Laskus to go do other stuff, and Harriet is going to be doing this for
Okay.
us, so you know that. So we may not see Laskus. She was with us 7 years, I believe, 7 years?
That's what it said.
She said. You wouldn't know, you came on later, but I'm trying to remember.
Quite
I
a
think-
while.
Yeah, I believe
6,
so.
7 years in the note, I believe.
Yeah, I believe that's what it said. So I didn't know if you all got that. I just wanted to make sure and thank her. I appreciate what they do. So we'll get into old business so we can get into new here a little bit. As you look, the foundations, of course, keep growing. We just did our third pour, which we're totaled at 89 currently. We're getting ready to start framing another 22, and I believe it's already up to like 26. I believe I saw 3 other ones that are on the docket. With that, it's kind of a combined, it was in your notes. My big flagpoles, not that I have forgot about them, just a lot of stuff on the plate. We actually have the holes bored ready to go, and that'll be poured in this next foundation pour, except for the Civil War circle. I still have to get that flag pulled. We're going to put a new flagpole in the Civil War circle. I haven't got that ordered yet. With that, like I say, they're coming in strong. 2, as you can see, is the big one we'll talk a little bit more about later, but I'll let you know that cremation 3 that I started, I had it extended. The first section has gone very quickly. There's still a few in there, but I created another 109. Already have put 3 or 4 people in there. So it's being used. It's also by the heart. It's on the other side of the sidewalk. So hopefully that'll last a little bit. I put in here with the summer help. I want you guys to understand, and I know you're all busy and can't get out. I have actually 4 summer help that's on, and then I have a part-timer that mows for me. Dan and Landon Gauze, summer's gone so quick, their last day was today. Dan is a school teacher. I just bought him, he loves butterscotch. I just bought him a bunch of butterscotch. He just finished his 13th year with me.
Wow.
For the summers. Landon is his son. To understand the whole Gauze family, Jim Gauze, which is Dan's brother, works for me full-time and has for quite a while. So it's kind of a nice family. Landon is going to be a freshman at Spring Arbor this year, and he's made the B team basketball. I think they started him at before. Great kid, worked really well. The other one is Lincoln Silvius, that was with me. This is his second year, I believe, his second year with me. Great young man, smarter than me, 4.25 grade point average, heading to IU as a freshman.
Okay.
Nolan Perry, his brother also worked with me. Nolan, I know, is why I get the intelligent ones. I love them. They're great workers. Nolan was a young man that graduated his junior year in high school, went on to his college. His brother did the same thing and worked for me. His brother Brandon worked for me a couple years and then went part-time and then was interning at Depew. So he'd weed whack for me in the morning, go home and shower and do it. Nolan was full-time, and this is his second part-time or half days with me. And he works with me in the morning and then works for his church in the afternoon. So, and they're finishing up their college. 2 very good men. All 4 of these guys, I couldn't ask for a better part-time staff. I really could. No complaints, no problems, no issues, and if you drive out there, the place is immaculate, and they're doing a great job for me. So I will lose Nolan and Lincoln next Wednesday, will be their last days. And then Scott Silvius worked for me full-time, went to part-time. I always carry a Usually somebody either retired or whatever, if I can find them to help mow. So Scott helps me mow through the summer, and then he'll either stay on for leaf season or he won't. Then he'll be done for the winter and then come back when we need him again. So he's been doing less hours. Memorial Day, he worked quite a bit, and now he's kind of spending some time with his wife and comes in a little later in the day and then mows for me. So I just wanted to put that in as a shout out. We couldn't do it without him. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, because I have 5 full-time guys. And yes, it is still 100 acres, but more of it's developed.
All right.
And it takes a lot longer to get around stuff and get stuff done. So I just wanted, that was kind of a shout out for them, and a thank you. So we'll move on. Number 4, and I'll hesitate for a couple minutes if anybody has any suggestions for me. Improvements of Oakwood Cemetery.
Well, I just want to say that I visited Hal last week, and he took me on a little tour, and the place just looks fantastic. So I'm really
Thank you.
proud to be part of the board that, you know, doesn't do much other than oversee things, but you guys do all the hard work out there, and it just looks great, and it's just really, really well done. It's a model for everybody else, I think. So
Thank you.
you bet. Thank you.
So with that is, if you have them, great. If not, the big reason I leave that in is because it isn't Hal Hagee's cemetery, it's Oakwood Cemetery, and you are my board, and I'm always open for suggestions. You don't give them to me, I'm gonna keep continuing, by the way, but feel free to do stuff. There's several ideas that I have in the works and trying to figure out, but they're long-term, and of course, money is the big key, and Jerry's got a tough task coming up, and all these councilmen of what they're doing, because they haven't even seen mine yet. But I mean, I've seen some of the big boys, and I know people out there in this world's going to say they just want this and that, and it's not. It's to survive.
Sure.
It really is. You know, we gotta pay our employees. We gotta have the stuff we need, and if somebody goes, and I was telling my budget went up, and he goes, so what do you need now? I mean, what toy do you want? I'm like, I don't have toys, sir, I don't at all. No, this is equipment to make this look as nice. And Jerry can remember probably when I started, I didn't have the equipment that I should have had, and it's taken me years.
Yeah.
They weren't gonna write me a check for $1 million and say, hey, go get all the equipment you need, but we worked it out. It all works real well. Anyway, with that, I'm going to skip one in new business, if that's okay.
That's fine,
I
yeah.
want to end with that one. One of my big concerns, and it's something that this board will probably have to address with me later on, because now is not the time. I have another water leak. I'm waiting on Pazika to come fix. It's an 1.5-inch line. If it's 3/4 lines, we can fix. I can't flex 1.5 inches. I don't have the tools, and I have the knowledge, but not the stuff to do it, so he's gonna come. This is the 4th leak this year. My water bill last month was $634 for water. Okay, I have to leave it running to find it. I mean, it just is what it is. This one's about 4 or 5 feet down. We have it exposed. We open it up, expose it, everything. I just don't have the knowledge. I have the knowledge, but the fittings, I don't know where we can buy the fittings and stuff to do the big pipes to get it in.
Now, where is this leak? Is it,
This one is, you go in and you go around Legion 1,
okay.
and it's actually next to the road. Last year, we fixed one down the road. Why they're there, there's nothing there. I have no blueprints, no nothing on these water lines.
Right.
And so what I'm getting at, it's been a concern of mine for many, many years. We have plastic, we have galvanized, we have not so good plastic. Mario Sahagan in his day, God love him, thought he was saving money by putting cheap stuff in.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Right.
There's just, when I talked to the mayor, he was a few years back, and like I say, busy man, I know, he goes, well, what do you need water for? We use it daily. I mean, to water graves, you go out now, we have some dead. I have a water truck, but we just can't keep up. So yeah, we definitely need water, so
Okay.
somehow we're gonna have to figure out a new line, something. Yeah, Jerry,
You get all that from the Indiana Water Company then?
what's that, the water?
The water?
Mhm. So you inside, nice people, but they don't come on property.
What was the problem of pumping it out of the lake or something?
I don't know, not ask, and we'd have to, there'd still be a lot of plumbing
Well,
to
the
have to be
plumbing-
done.
Yeah, you'd still have the plumbing
And I
problem.
have a feeling it's because it'd be the endangerment of somebody drinking it, unless you would put a purifying, you know what I'm saying? People, my guys draw water out of it, I mean, to
Okay.
drink. I mean, they all carry thermoses, that's mandatory, they have to. But, I mean, you can, hot day, you can plug a lot of water, you don't get back, they're taking it out of the tap, stuff like that. Little kids probably do in the evenings, that would be the tough part about
Yeah.
pumping it out of the lake. That it would be pure enough for somebody to drink. I mean, we'd have to tag and then that would be, but would the lines hold it? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm getting into, this one, like I say, was a newer plastic and what happened is a root punctured it. A root,
Oh.
yeah, that's all. I mean, there was no stone, no nothing around it. A root just wanted in and worked its way finally in. The sad thing is, the way the rules in the city and stuff is, you know, your water bill dictates your sewage bill.
Yeah.
In residential, you can call and say that, you can't in commercial. So I pay sewage or whatever on that 630, so I get double hit.
Yeah.
And the water company can't give you a break, they won't, and I get that, I mean, we're using it somewhere. So anyway, just wanted to put that in your ear, something, now's not the time, we're gonna fight it, right now it's off. The way it's set up is, this is in the main part, and in the main part is probably 80+% of the cemetery. The last two sections run off a different line, so we have water out there. They just gotta go bucket it. I don't have it in the old and east-west and the north-south in the first few parts. So 80% of the cemetery is off. Still have it to the office and stuff. We had a big leak in the office, got that one fixed. It's just, it's been there a while, just some
Yeah.
old lines. And like I say, the small ones we can dig and fix, the bigger ones I gotta wait on Pete his crew to come in
Yeah.
and get that. So anyway, wanted to put that in your ear. It'll probably come up again. Number 3, as you know, we have mapping software. We map all our guests and put them up so you can find them on satellite through Beacon, which the council allows me to pay the rent for all the cemeteries on Beacon. It's currently $600 and some, I believe, once a year. Yep, which isn't bad. We use it all the time. It's a tool. Anyway, to pin these guests is on GIS software. The city is moving to Elements. And I don't know a lot. I can't answer a lot of questions. Mary had finally got help in the GIS. They came out one day to help me with something and said she wants to turn this all over in Elements. When I know more, I'll let you know. Elements is a great software. We use it for all our equipment. The street mechanics take care of us. Elements, my guys can go through. We do a mileage check every Monday. All my guys, no matter if you can do mechanic work, not, all the fluids are checked every Monday. They go through every piece of vehicle, make sure the oil, all that is taken care of, look for leaks, whatever. If there's a problem, we can go on Elements, type that in as a request for repair. It'll go to Damien, and it also keeps track. The whole city uses this, so I don't know if you understand. Jerry probably does, but it's like the street department, they have iPads, they can go to a job. Dustin can put that job in that. The guys can work on that, record it, whatever, send it off. Dustin knows it's done, it's recorded with everybody. So, I mean, it's, and I'm just giving you a little bit of it. It's really cool software. So I'm anxious to see what that's gonna be like to pin with.
Well,
Kurt, go ahead.
Will the crossover from the GIS to that seamless, or?
I
don't
don't
really
know,
know.
but that's why there's nothing been moved yet.
Okay.
In Mary's world, she does so much for the city. I'm gonna say she probably does 2 to 3, if not 4 people's jobs.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's with wastewater, different stuff. She's really, like I say, she finally got help on the GIS side.
Okay.
But with her, she's dedicated enough that it isn't like, let's just flip a switch.
Yeah.
Because not only does it have to mesh with that, it has to mesh with Bill Holder, where we send it, so they're working on all
Right,
that.
sure.
So they just kind of showed me the procedure, and then they will write the program in Elements for me if it's gonna work. So I just wanted to get that out.
Yeah.
Like I say, Jerry, you're the councilman, but the councilmen understand and women understand. Elements has been brought up to them before.
Right.
I just wanted you guys to understand it's a really cool software. Jerry, correct me if I'm wrong, but they could, let's say, take City Hall, and they, on Elements, they can map everything that happened, okay? And let's say the layout, whatever, all of a sudden police come in and they have somebody on the third floor in a certain room, they can look at a thing and tell right where it is, where the stairways are, everything in that. And plus is, let's say, like they had the big mess downstairs, that will be recorded in everything. So all the history is recorded in every situation. And with the sewer lines and all that stuff, that's big.
Sure.
Just like little Oakwood Cemetery, I have a clue where these water lines run. It'd be nice to have that where I can go, oh, okay, it goes here.
Yeah,
Okay, all I have is 2 rods. I don't know if you've ever witched before.
Yeah, I know what you're
Yeah,
talking
but I
about.
do, and I've witched for days trying to find water lines and figure out which way they go. It's insane. So I would love to have elements in my water lines, but I don't. Any questions so far? I'm sorry if I talk too fast, but.
Nope.
Okay, if you would like to go, what we're going to talk about is the budget. I will go in front of the council on the 15th. It used to be required as your board to approve before we went. Now so much it's a signature. But if you guys do accept what I've done, I would like you to sign a copy because I believe you should. I mean, that your part is part of this. If you look at the sheet you have, I did not print off the explanation sheet. What you have on this one right here. It's this one right here. Yep. That is what I turn in, kind of the standard on the budget. It'll show you from 2022 to 2023. We'll go through the whole thing so you have questions. The big thing is, what you have to understand is, where is it? At the bottom line you look, I went up 20.5%. So I went from 714 plus 1,860 plus. Okay, so you know, that's as we get down through this. I'm going to use my notes here. You can follow along in there. Salary and wages are up. What we were asked to do is a 4%. It is what is currently on the plate to be approved for the employees. With that, the council and stuff also approved some mid-year wages. I had 2 that had affected. One has a CDL license. I do not, in my job, did not require, and their jobs did not require a CDL. This gentleman has a CDL. What that means for me is I need to haul dirt, something. I can take my 1-ton trucks to Superior 6 times and I'm going to pay 1-ton price. I can take a big truck, Dustin will allow him to drive and save money. Also, part of this, helping each other out. If Dustin would get in a pickle and he needs a CDL driver, I'm sending him to help, like Dustin helps me. So we didn't honor it first, but if you understand now, before they could do a lot of training in-house and then the person would go and pay to take their test. Now with the laws changed, that is like $5,000 to $7,000 and 3 weeks in school to get that Class B license. Mm-hmm. So he has a skill that we want to honor. So we were able to up him up. And then I had one employee that has been with me for a little while and he is at max. I mean, he's at top of what everybody else is doing. So I wanted him up with everybody. I can call on him to do anything. I don't have to. He can dig. He can do without much supervision at all. I mean, he's just right up with everybody else. So I wanted to work him in also. So the 2 I'd moved up. So understand in this budget that also is in there. Also in the wage, one reason it is up so much. Right before the pandemic, I talked to Joe. I talked to HR. I had wanted to put on a 6th man. With my group that I have, longevity is getting in there. They're getting vacations. You get a lot of funerals and have 3 guys on staff. That's a lot of work. We're working more, as far as more developed. And so you guys understand is we now take care of the police department, all the outside stuff at the police department. We mow, we weed eat, we clean all that up and everything. So that's part of the centralizing that Joe wants to do. No problem. We don't mind doing it. Takes, depending on how all detailed we have to do, half a day, maybe a little more. We do it on Wednesdays. And we're totally okay with that. Police need to be police. You know what I mean? We don't mind taking care of it. We help, well, we got them trucks. They did a bunch of cleaning with metal, got our trucks over there for them to use. They cleaned out a bunch of stuff and took to Lewis Salvage. So our job description had gone up a little bit. So anyway, back before the pandemic was hit, and Joe said, why don't you wait a year? Well, I waited 2. So in that big total at the bottom, my math, if you take a employee, put him or her on at 1850, and tried to get them to 19 where my things are, with that benefits, you know, your insurance, your FICA, your perf, uniforms, is about $78,000. So where I went up is about 41, and everything else is what we're gonna explain. So as I'm talking to you, I want you to understand that's a majority to put another one on, that the council will decide if I can do or not. Okay, follow me?
Sure.
Please ask any questions as we go through. So of course, that takes the first 2 lines of your salary. I better stay with you guys. Salary, and you can see the medical on down through, okay? 2021 office supplies did not change. Operating supplies did. I went up 2,000, that's your fuel, okay? That's because we don't know, I mean, thank God it's coming down now. The clear fuel that I run is currently $4.42 a gallon. It's a little bit more, but to explain that clear fuel, the ethanol in small equipment is nasty. It just flat out nasty. It separates. Perfect example, my weed whackers run 200, 225, 250 in that area. I was back in the day getting 2 years out of them, okay? They would burn up, the heads would burn up, different stuff, seals would go bad. I just retired one that was 2015. The longevity on your small equipment is much better without that ethanol. So we pay a little bit more, but it saves us in the long run. All our non-licensed vehicles run on that, so mowers, anything like that, run on that fuel. Now, with that, street comes, they run theirs off of, police will get for their small, fire will get, they come and get it out of my tank, and we just set the bill, or separate the bill around for that. So that's why that's up. Excuse me. Repair and maintenance, I went up 2,000. With doing the police department, I have gained another 0-turn mower, of course, and some other stuff, so there's gonna be more parts and pieces that you have to buy and purchase. So now I'm maintaining 4 zeros instead of 3, along with some other equipment. So we put that up 2,000. 29 with this other supplies, which is just compound flour, stuff like that, stayed the same, we were okay there. Attorney fees on the next one, 3310, we're okay. Communication, I'm sorry, yeah. And 32, the telephone, internet, all that stuff went drastically down because they did it in a central, it's paid out of, Jerry, I don't know what, I keep looking at you and I'm sorry, what fund, but they centralize that payment, it comes out of City Hall here. So I don't need as much, I cut quite a bit of it last year. The miscellaneous 33 is the same. Insurance went up, which is our fleet insurance, that's dictated by Lynn, she tells me that. Not a whole lot, okay? Utilities, gas, electric, so far we're okay. I was a little over the last couple of years, so I don't feel I need to. I know NIPSCO's making a change here sometime. I don't think it'll be too bad to affect us. Repairs and maintenance went up. The reason repair and maintenance went up, we now have BIT computers on board, Brady and Travis. They're really working on our security with the internets and all the stuff going on, and I won't bore you with all that. And I don't know the total thing, but I was asked to put in 3,200. There needs to be a security upgrade back at the shop and something else. So there's some security issues and upgrades we need to do on our computers. So that's why that went up. Special tools, 37, no. Our other services, 39, was just training, times union, stuff like that, no. Buybacks were fine so far. That's one that can bite me, especially when economy gets a little tight. I keep 4,000 in with lot sales or whatever. Sometimes I have to move some money. People need the money, I totally understand, and they'll sell back lots, but currently we're doing okay. The other one is machinery and equipment. We went up 19,000. It sounds a lot, but what that is my track hoe, which is my number one tool to do what we do, is a 16, I believe. I apologize, I think it's a 16. I just looked into a new one. We're out of warranty. It's still working. Things are fine. But as it goes on, it's a lot of hard work on those machines. With our municipality discounts and stuff, which I'm about ready to explain, I decided to check on a hoe that's one size bigger. It's an E60. The reason is it comes with a counterweight. I want to be able to do my own disinterments instead of having Akron come and do them. My one I currently have, I can't get the vault out of the hole. So if I have to move them in-house, that's something I can charge for and do, and I don't have to wait on Akron to do it. So it's something I can do in-house. With that, that current machine is $111,000. Okay, yeah, see Jerry's face? Now, Jerry, stay with me because you're going to smile, okay? The track hoe I have now, I paid $36,500 for, okay? They are going to give me $42,500 for this unit, okay? Plus the discount, corporate, plus the local discount. This $111,000 hoe is going to cost me $48,000.
Oh, wow. Gee whiz.
That should put a smile on your face.
Jerry's
Yeah.
breathing better.
He's
Yeah, yeah.
breathing better. Hey,
Yeah.
he went out for a minute. It's a lot of money, and I get that, but what they ask us to do is to be good stewards. Do I need it? Is it running good? Yes, it is. It's out, we've done some minor repair, we service all the time. Parts aren't cheap on that, okay? And the thing is when you can get that kind of money out of it
Sure.
and go back into full service, it makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why, and trust me, I play the two sides of hell on all this stuff. And I just kind of inquired about it, and we got looking at it, and I thought I'd be ridiculous not to do it.
Right.
If they allow me to do it. What
Yeah.
I'm just saying is now's the time to step up, because I'm gonna get more money. And so you understand, my mowers, the same thing. These zero turns are expensive. They're 12 to 13,000. I pay 5.
Yeah.
Because they know we service our other ones and take care of them, and most of them are sold by the time they pick them up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they give us great deals on this municipality discount system. So that's what I'm going to the board with, and that's why this is up like it is. Have I ever gone up this much? Yeah, this was not comfortable for Hal at all.
I have a question.
Sure.
And this doesn't really have a lot to do with that, but how often do you have to disinter somebody? Is that off? Does that happen more than I would think?
There's no real rhyme or reason. I have done 2 a year, I've done 6 a year, 6
Oh,
or
really?
7 a year. My first 2 years, I did quite a few.
What's the rationale? I mean, do they just want to move the body somewhere else? Or-
Yes, I've had them, I've never lost anybody, nobody's escaped.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I've had.
That's good to
The
hear.
easiest story, it's all emotions, and some are just moved in-house.
Sure, well, yeah.
But no, I can share one. There was a lovely gentleman and his wife, and he lost his wife up in years and had 2 lots at Oakwood Cemetery, okay? She passed, they live in Fort Wayne.
Okay.
The funeral director up there, which I gotta be careful, said, you either use your lots at Oakwood, or you go into our cemetery, which is incorrect, by the way. You can go wherever you wanna go. In the emotions and what we deal with, or what he's dealing with, well, I'll just go to Oakwood. He's up in years, he can't hardly get there, and he wants to grieve by his loved one.
Sure.
Comes and sees me, and is there anything we can do? Yeah, we can disinter, we can find one by your area. So you have to have a licensed funeral director, there's paperwork, I won't
I'm
bore you with
sure,
all
yeah.
that. So I helped him. I actually, John Sadler helped me, we got this going. There was a cemetery less than a mile away from his home.
Oh, wow, okay.
So we bought back his 2 lots, okay, and helped him out with the stuff. The other sexton, great man, brought a dump truck. We put her up in the dump truck, covered it up. I handed all the transmittal papers, and that man took him and laid him to rest. And I have not heard from him. I hope he's still alive. He was probably 80, 90 years old at the time.
Really? Wow.
But he was able to go down the road
Oh, that's
and
neat.
be with his wife.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's a situation.
Yeah, yeah.
What we're seeing now is a lot of these are babies. With this one that you see in here,
Oh.
disinterment, was a baby, was in babyland. They are gonna be and it was like 1950 something. Parents are getting up in years, they're gonna be buried somewhere else. They want their baby with them.
Sure, oh, okay.
And in-house, a lot of them are taking them out of baby land and want them with them out
I
in
see,
the
yeah.
cemetery.
Yeah.
It's how, it's more of
An
get together
emotional,
as a
yeah,
family.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, I was thinking more like CSI, where you had to,
No,
Fun.
trust me. This baby,
just kidding.
honestly, with babies
No,
scare
I'm-
me, because babies don't have to be in a vault
oh,
or
really?
in a container, and I don't want to go any farther than that.
No,
And
no.
it makes, it's really tough. This
Yeah.
baby was in a concrete container. It just made my day, because Corey come to get it, and I said, bring a truck.
Oh, yeah,
And he's like, the baby wasn't that big. I said, you best be bringing a truck. He goes, why? I said, it's solid concrete.
oh, well.
So, yeah, we picked it
Yeah,
up, put it in, and he took it to the new place and with all the
Yeah,
paperwork. and-
okay.
Yeah, so no.
I'm just snoopy, I'm just wondering.
No, and we've had some, I've had one that was 1979, was a girl, passed away a long time ago. Mom and dad lived here, they loved the cemetery. They moved her from Ohio to here.
Okay,
So it's just,
Yeah.
it's not something I'd like to do.
right, right,
Once you're in, I believe you should be in and respectful, but we're very respectful in how we do it.
sure.
It's in different stuff, so
Yeah, I
that's
know
why.
that. Yeah, okay.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Questions on the budget? Ms. Quiet? No? You're all for it? Well, I guess then, if you don't, any questions? You okay? Okay, hopefully it's cut and dry. So the two things is that hoe and basically another employee is the biggest one, except for fuel and the normal stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
which you're dealing with everybody. And we're all, and not only we dealing, we're personally dealing with it. I mean, I saw it under $4 the other day, and I about got on my car and, yay.
Yeah, yeah.
It's $3.99. It's like, woo, personally. So anyway, if you have no more questions, I do need a vote on this, please.
Okay.
I would move to accept this budget, and as you pass it on to the city council, is that who needs to approve it, or?
Well,
Is that how it works?
it's not required, but I want it.
Oh, I see
You
what you're
want
saying,
more than
okay.
this is what- Yeah,
Then
because if they ask, and Jerry could, or a councilman could ask, and we all take it in front of our boards. That's why I say before, you had to sign these.
Oh, okay.
You don't now, but if you
Yeah.
approve it, I want you to sign it.
Well, I-
Because this is, you're part of this cemetery.
Yeah, I would move that we accept this budget as a
Okay.
group, as our board.
Motion,
That's the motion.
second. It's pretty easy tonight.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Thank you guys very much.
thank you.
Thank you.
No questions, Jerry? You got the early look at it. I mean, I assume you already got your packet, but,
I got my packet. I haven't went through yours yet.
yeah, well, you got, bigger ones than me.
Yeah. They're all going up.
They are. And for you, because you sit on this board or whatever, if no's the answer on the employee, we'll go Plan B. We'll make it, but it just, there's a lot more to do with what we're doing. And I've been doing it with the same 5 guys for 15 years, and these part-time guys. And honestly, if I could guarantee my part-time guys, I don't know if I would have came to you. You know, I mean, they're so hard to get. Right now, I have a group of great guys, but 3 of them are college. I don't know, so I don't know how long. And it's just hard to get some good help now and then. And I don't mean that meanly, but who wants to weed whack 7.5 hours a day?
I mean,
I mean, you get to push one on Wednesday for fun. I mean, I'm just saying.
I will be writing
Tough
them.
job.
That's what when they come, that's what
Yeah, yeah.
everybody
It's a
thinks
tough
they do.
job.
Oh, yeah.
But that's something I cannot cure and make easy. That is not. I
No.
can make other stuff a little easier in life, but I can't weed whack it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So I appreciate it. Mr. President, I'm done, unless
Um,
there's questions. And if you would, want to sign these first, there's 2. Oh, you know what? I apologize. If you just approved the main budget, you just approved this one.
This one, I know where he wants to
I apologize, we gotta go just a hair longer, Mr. There's the perm budget, I think this will be very quick. If you go to the short one, okay, here, I am sorry. If you look at the total, this will make Jerry happy. 2022, I was 111,500, I'm down to 82. What you're gonna see is this perm budget start to go down. If you understand perm isn't tax-based, this is lot sale money, okay? Long before me, somebody would put half the lot sales in this perm account, okay? And they invest, okay? I can keep so much out, roads, anything permanent. I can do trees, roads, The cold storage building came out of it, so it doesn't affect the tax base. Lynn and I invest, and I've taken a little bit, I think we currently invest about $1 million, I believe, in this. And so it's in there, so if we ever get landlocked, it keeps it pretty and nice. People, they can pay people to keep it nice and all that stuff, which is gonna be a long time. I've ate some out of it with these stuff, and I'm trying to back in and put some in. So far, I think currently, we've put 33,000 in it so far. So Lynn and I work together, invest that. You've allowed me to do some really good stuff. There's some other stuff, but I'm trying to let it build a little bit, just be, instead of taking away. So that's why it's down. So I'm sorry I asked for a vote, but please vote on this one also.
Sure.
And if you have any questions.
I guess I'm the motion guy tonight. I move that we accept this Oakwood Cemetery perm budget for, from the cemetery board.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And here's the two. This is the form we turned in and they send.
Next meeting is September the 1st.
Can you
Oh.
believe that?
I cannot believe
Wow. Okay.
So did you adjourn meeting, sir?
No, I was just gonna, just one thing I was gonna well, a couple things. I wanna thank you for your work on the Civil War Circle. Yeah, I don't know if you've had a chance to see it, but it looks really nice.
Thank you.
Power washed all the stones, and then you and I worked together on the flag markers, but it looks really
Oh,
nice.
Yeah,
yeah.
you
I was out
understand,
there.
yeah, we clean every year. He found, a lot of those GAR markers, they're old, they break.
Sure.
He found somebody to weld, we fixed 7. What's in them down there?
We fixed 7 of them. Every grave at the Civil War Circle has a flag marker now, the GAR flag markers, so, which are getting really hard to find. You can't even find, I mean, but it looks really nice, so.
So do I have to sign this, or
They're Civil War markers, the
Yeah, the
GAR.
GAR markers, they're.
do I
it looks-
sign this?
They're cast, like
Yeah,
a
just
cast metal,
right
they
next to
break
the
and
coach.
Oh,
this
okay.
gentleman was able
Just so
to
they'll
weld,
be right
repaint
here.
them. And actually, in my eyes, cheap. He charges $40 a piece to fix them and
They look
repaint them
really
and
nice, though.
re-weld them,
Yeah.
and they're nice, they're very nice.
Yeah.
So it just looks really nice. The last thing we have to do in the GAR or in the Civil War Circle is, he'll tell me later on.
Oh,
He'll
okay.
sign the big one. He doesn't
Right,
get it.
okay.
Yeah. Is we gotta put a new flagpole. There's currently one in the Civil War Circle,
Yeah.
but the tree has grown so big, you can't fly in it. And so we're gonna leave that, we're gonna cap it off because it has a plaque. And then I'm gonna buy a new one so they can honor that Civil War Circle with American flag, and they have their own, I believe, or something they wanna fly. Don't you have
There's
another?
one we're gonna try to fly around, yeah, we're gonna work on that.
Yeah,
But
so I'm
generally,
gonna-
we
yeah.
would fly the American, just the regular flag, yeah.
And depending on my budget right now, like I say, my regular budget, I'm squeezing pretty tight right now. I can buy it out of perm. Dustin has some asphalting he's gotta do yet, come to the end of this year, and I'll see if I have any left to get the one for that Civil War.
Do you remember how much did the pole cost? Do you remember?
Bear with me here a minute. About $700.
Okay,
$700.
all right.
But I may not have to buy one as thick as that one,
That's true, too, yeah.
because of the tree cover. The ones I bought, the ones I had in with the military flags, I actually bought at one of the places here. They were $100 flagpoles. Replaced them, big wind, I'm flying over, taking over. These are big enough, they'll take 125 miles an
Yeah,
hour.
that's what you gotta have.
It's over a 2-foot hole, 2-foot wide that we're
Oh, wow.
boring. So she's not gonna go anywhere,
Right.
these won't go anywhere. It was fine to get started, but now it's time to put permanent. And in your perm, what you okayed isn't money to put a wall around it, like the other walls. I wanna put a little decorative wall around it, to protect them.
Absolutely.
I think that's it. Any other business we need to cover?
Not for me.
Okay, thank you all for coming. We certainly want to, we send our thoughts and prayers to the Walorski family and the other families who were killed in this crash. We want to remember them, and certainly we want to pray for them. So look good to see each one of you. We'll see you next month then. Thank you. This meeting's adjourned.
Thank you.
I will turn it off.
And Jerry, I'll be thinking about you, this council.